Every so often, a machine arrives that makes you question what progress really means, not because it abandons tradition, but because it refuses to settle for nostalgia alone. It blends precision and comfort, speed and poise, the kind of duality that defines real engineering ambition. You can feel when a company stops repeating its past and starts rewriting it, when design, performance, and purpose align in a way that speaks to the future without forgetting where it came from. This story is about that turning point, about a flagship that carries decades of heritage into a sharper, more confident era. It is a reminder that evolution can be emotional, that luxury can share a heartbeat with competition, and that the open road still has new stories left to tell. Stay with us, and by the end, you might see touring performance in a completely different light. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which machine you want to see next. The 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide marks a pivotal chapter in American motorcycling, a chapter defined not by nostalgia alone, but by reinvention through performance. This is not the kind of motorcycle that relies solely on chrome and charisma to tell its story. It earns attention with engineering substance, aerodynamic focus, and a newfound fluency in speed. When Harley-Davidson first introduced the Road Glide decades ago, it became an icon for riders who wanted cross-country comfort wrapped in unmistakable attitude. Over time, that formula risked stagnation, weight, tradition, and predictability began to overshadow innovation. The CVO line, custom vehicle operations, has always represented the brand's pursuit of excellence, yet in 2024, it goes further than ever. The 2024 CVO Road Glide embodies a company that wants to keep its roots but refuses to be defined by them. Beneath its iconic shark nose fairing sits an entirely reworked platform built to prove that an American touring motorcycle can handle and accelerate with the composure of a sport machine. It is both a tribute and a rebellion, a balance of old-world craftsmanship and high-tech ambition. To appreciate what makes it different, we have to understand what the Road Glide means to Harley's identity. For generations, it symbolized the freedom of the open highway, the long-haul companion that could cross states without complaint. Yet, as competitors introduced lighter, more advanced touring bikes, Harley's dominance faced pressure. The 2024 CVO Road Glide is the brand's response, a clear statement that heritage and performance can coexist in one design. At the heart of this transformation is the new Milwaukee 8 VVT 121 engine, a 1,977 cubic centimeters masterpiece tuned for both muscle and smoothness. Variable valve timing, an innovation new to Harley's Big Twins, adjusts valve overlap dynamically, optimizing torque delivery across the rev range. The result is a machine that feels confident at idle and ferocious at higher speeds, all while maintaining the signature rumble that defines the brand. The numbers are impressive, but they only tell part of the story. What matters more is how those numbers feel on the road. Roll on the throttle, and the CVO Road Glide responds with refined urgency. There is no hesitation, no sense of mechanical lag, just a broad wave of torque that reshapes what riders can expect from a heavyweight touring motorcycle. Equally crucial is the way this bike handles. Harley-Davidson redesigned the chassis to reduce flex, sharpen steering response, and lower the center of gravity. The new Showa suspension, fully adjustable front and rear, works with an upgraded braking system featuring radial-mounted Brembo calipers. These components transform the experience from casual cruising to controlled precision. On winding roads, the CVO Road Glide feels poised, stable, and far more athletic than its size suggests. Comfort remains central to the formula. The fairing, resculpted for 2024, channels airflow around the rider more efficiently, reducing buffeting and fatigue over long distances. Integrated vents fine-tune pressure zones, and the overall shape cuts through wind with a cleaner profile. Harley calls it the result of computational fluid dynamics and wind tunnel testing, but the real proof is in the ride. Hours melt away, and the cockpit remains calm. Inside that cockpit, the transformation continues. The new 12.3-inch TFT display anchors the dash, replacing traditional analog gauges with a modern, customizable interface. The system integrates navigation, audio, Bluetooth, and riding modes within a single intuitive design. It feels premium yet purposeful, not a tech overload but a natural evolution for the touring class. Harley also reworked ergonomics, handlebar reach, seat contour, and footboard placement have been fine-tuned for long-range comfort and aggressive control when carving corners. What sets this generation apart is how cohesive it all feels. Every change, from electronics to bodywork, seems aimed at one goal, making the Road Glide as enjoyable on twisty roads as it is on straight highways. It is still unmistakably a Harley, but the attitude has matured. The weight savings from lighter materials and a rebalanced frame make the bike more responsive, yet it retains the solid, planted feel that loyal riders love. Harley-Davidson could have taken the easy route, dressing up the same platform with new paint and accessories. Instead, it approached the CVO Road Glide as a test of its future relevance. Can a brand rooted in classic Americana master the language of modern performance? The 2024 model answers that question not with marketing, but with motion. From the first rev, it feels like a company stepping confidently into a new chapter. The paint options, whiskey neat with raven metallic or dark platinum with pinstripe, add visual drama, but the real art lies in how the bike rides. It no longer needs nostalgia to justify its price, it earns it through capability. Touring, in Harley terms, has always been about experience, not lap times. Yet now, experience includes control, agility, and the kind of confidence usually reserved for smaller, sportier machines. The 2024 CVO Road Glide proves that luxury and athleticism can share the same saddle. It invites riders to rediscover what a long-haul machine can do when it stops resisting change. This segment sets the stage for a deeper look ahead, what it took for Harley-Davidson to merge old-school soul with next-generation precision. In the next section, we will explore the engineering philosophy, design breakthroughs, and cultural tension behind this transformation, how decades of tradition met the hard edge of modern performance. The 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide did not happen by accident, it is the result of a deliberate strategy to future-proof a legacy. For years, Harley-Davidson faced a challenge common to icons: how to evolve without alienating its core audience. The brand's engineers and designers understood that nostalgia could only carry the story so far. They needed proof, tangible innovation that justified both the price and the promise. Inside the walls of Harley's Product Development Center in Milwaukee, the project that became the 2024 CVO Road Glide was treated as a benchmark moment. Every major department, from engine calibration to user experience, contributed to the process. The goal was clear: elevate performance without sacrificing the unmistakable Harley character. That balance shaped every decision, and it is visible in every component. The heart of the 2024 CVO Road Glide, the Milwaukee 8 VVT 121, represents a leap forward not only in displacement but in refinement. Its variable valve timing system adjusts camshaft phasing across the rev range, allowing more precise control of combustion efficiency. This results in stronger mid-range torque and smoother top-end power, making highway passes effortless and city riding more manageable. The cooling system also evolved. Oil and liquid cooling now work together to maintain stable temperatures under heavy loads, especially during long climbs or hot weather touring. But numbers alone do not tell the full story. The engine's character still feels authentically Harley, pulsing, confident, mechanical, but with newfound civility. That dual nature is what makes it remarkable. It is powerful without being abrasive. The frame architecture follows the same philosophy. Harley-Davidson redesigned the chassis to improve torsional rigidity while trimming unnecessary mass. New lightweight alloys and revised geometry give the 2024 CVO Road Glide sharper feedback without undermining comfort. The steering feels more direct, the lean angles wider, and the balance between front and rear weight distribution more neutral than before. Riders who have experienced older road glides immediately notice the difference. The bike no longer feels like it's resisting direction changes but instead flows naturally through corners. Suspension tuning also plays a critical role. The Showa inverted front fork, paired with a rear shock featuring hydraulic preload adjustment, brings a level of composure rare in heavyweight touring bikes. Combined with Michelin Scorcher tires specifically engineered for this model, the 2024 CVO Road Glide communicates road texture with clarity while filtering out fatigue-inducing vibrations. It's a dance of precision beneath a platform built for distance. Braking complements the upgrade. Dual radial-mounted Brembo calipers up front deliver controlled stopping power that feels progressive rather than abrupt. Together, the chassis, suspension, and brakes transform confidence into a physical sensation. You feel in command, not merely along for the ride. The attention to aerodynamics further distinguishes this model. The iconic shark nose fairing, once primarily a visual signature, now serves as a functional masterpiece of airflow management. Harley engineers used computational fluid dynamics and wind tunnel testing to shape the fairing's contours, ensuring minimal turbulence around the rider's helmet and shoulders. The result is a quieter, more stable cockpit even at elevated highway speeds. Small design cues, integrated venting, repositioned mirrors, and sleeker LED lighting add up to a major improvement in rider experience. Yet, the fairing retains its identity. This is evolution, not replacement. Inside the cockpit, the transformation continues. The 12.3-inch TFT display replaces a cluster of analog gauges that had defined Harley dashboards for decades. The new system, powered by a high-resolution interface, presents ride data, GPS navigation, and multimedia control in a layout that feels both futuristic and intuitive. Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth integration extend its functionality, but what stands out is how the system respects simplicity. Everything the rider needs is accessible with minimal distraction. It feels designed for real touring, not just showroom appeal. Ergonomics complement this digital shift. The seat contour provides all-day support while allowing easy leg movement in tighter turns. Handlebar reach and footboard angles have been recalibrated to accommodate a broader range of rider physiques. Harley's designers consulted long-distance testers to refine posture over hundreds of hours, producing a layout that encourages alert comfort rather than passive lounging. The 2024 CVO Road Glide also introduces adaptive electronic riding modes, Road, Sport, Rain, and a customizable profile. These modes adjust throttle response, traction control, and engine braking to match conditions. Unlike some rivals, Harley tuned the electronics to feel transparent rather than intrusive. The technology enhances the ride instead of overriding the rider. This subtlety demonstrates how deeply the development team respected the human element of motorcycling. Each innovation came with a guiding question: does it make the journey better? In the case of the 2024 CVO Road Glide, the answer is yes. But this transformation wasn't without internal debate. Some within the Harley community feared that adding too much technology could dilute authenticity. Others argued that staying still would risk irrelevance in a rapidly advancing market. The final product reflects compromise in the best sense. It respects tradition but refuses to be trapped by it. The design language illustrates this harmony. The paintwork uses layered finishes with hand-applied pinstriping, executed by artisans in the CVO division. These details ensure the bike still feels crafted, not mass-produced. The lighting system, entirely LED, highlights those lines with precision at night, projecting a confident stance that reads distinctly American. Every curve, vent, and seam was sculpted not just for appearance but for function. Even the luggage integration improves, with redesigned saddlebags offering easier access and a cleaner silhouette. Together, these refinements tell a clear story. The 2024 CVO Road Glide isn't just a motorcycle, it's an engineering statement. It acknowledges Harley-Davidson's heritage of mechanical honesty while proving the brand can operate on the same technological level as its global competitors. This dual message, heritage and innovation, resonates far beyond the showroom. Riders who once dismissed Harleys as heavy or outdated now find themselves re-evaluating their assumptions. That shift in perception may be the bike's most powerful achievement. In performance terms, the 2024 CVO Road Glide delivers more than comfort, it delivers composure. It's capable of long-distance travel with less fatigue and higher confidence than any previous model. The sound remains a signature, yet refined. The pulse remains familiar, yet more sophisticated. The design remains classic, yet sharper and more aerodynamic. It's a lesson in how to move a legacy forward without leaving its essence behind. This balance of identity and innovation defines the second act of the CVO Road Glide story. The next and final segment will examine the broader implications of this machine, how it reshapes Harley-Davidson's image, what it means for the future of American touring motorcycles, and why it might represent the most important pivot the brand has made in decades. The 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide represents more than a new model year. It symbolizes a turning point in how America defines premium touring performance. Every industry faces moments when reputation alone is not enough, when craftsmanship must be measured by capability, not just character. For Harley-Davidson, that moment is now. The CVO Road Glide stands as both proof of evolution and a manifesto of intent. It demonstrates that tradition and progress can share the same fuel tank. The implications reach far beyond design and engineering. They touch on culture, identity, and the emotional connection between rider and machine. For decades, Harley-Davidson embodied the idea of the open road, freedom through power, style through sound. Yet that romantic vision faced challenges from changing demographics and global competition. Younger riders wanted connectivity, efficiency, and sharper handling. Seasoned enthusiasts wanted reassurance that the brand they loved could still lead, not follow. The 2024 CVO Road Glide addresses both audiences simultaneously. It offers the emotional satisfaction Harley riders expect, wrapped in the precision and sophistication that a modern touring motorcycle demands. That balance redefines what an American performance bagger can be. Riding the 2024 CVO Road Glide is an experience that unfolds in layers. The initial impression is power, torque comes on instantly, thick and steady. The second impression is control, the chassis responds predictably, leaning with grace instead of effort. The third impression is calm, at speed, the fairing and suspension work together to create an almost meditative stability. These sensations blend into something deeper, a feeling of trust between rider and machine. That trust is what Harley-Davidson needed to restore most. This is why the 2024 CVO Road Glide matters beyond numbers or technology. It rekindles emotional credibility. It invites longtime fans back into the conversation and gives new riders a reason to listen. The brand's recent strategy reflects this shift. Harley-Davidson's leadership has emphasized quality over quantity, narrowing its lineup to focus on high-value models that elevate the brand's global image. The CVO Road Glide becomes the ambassador of that approach, showcasing what happens when resources are concentrated on refinement and innovation rather than volume. Its success could shape how the entire brand evolves over the next decade. The response from the riding community and critics has been significant. Reviewers note how seamlessly the 2024 CVO Road Glide integrates comfort and capability. Riders accustomed to older Harleys describe the new model as lighter on its feet, more responsive, and surprisingly agile for its size. For some, it redefines expectations of what an American touring motorcycle can achieve. For Harley-Davidson, this validation is crucial. It confirms that the pursuit of modernity need not betray authenticity. Culturally, this transformation signals a broader change in how Harley perceives its own legacy. The company has always marketed freedom, but now that freedom includes evolution, freedom from stagnation, freedom to compete at a global standard. The CVO Road Glide proves that the sound of an American V-twin can coexist with electronic precision and aerodynamic sophistication. It bridges two eras without erasing either. Economically, this model also plays a strategic role. The CVO lineup has long represented Harley's premium segment, but the 2024 iteration pushes that definition further. Its technology and craftsmanship justify its price. positioning it not as a nostalgic indulgence but as a world-class performance luxury product. This positioning strengthens Harley's presence in international markets where refinement and performance carry equal weight. The CVO Road Glide becomes a conversation starter, a symbol that American engineering can meet the world on its own terms. The long-term impact may be even greater. As regulations tighten and electric mobility expands, Harley-Davidson will need to adapt once again. The lessons learned from the 2024 CVO Road Glide, particularly in weight management, aerodynamics, and digital integration, will shape future models, possibly even electric platforms. This bike's engineering language will echo through whatever comes next. It is the blueprint for Harley's modern era. The rider experience, however, remains the heart of this story. Those who climb aboard the 2024 CVO Road Glide discover a sense of occasion that transcends technology. The engine pulse, the tactile feedback through the bars, the rhythmic thrum on long straights, all these details connect rider and machine in a way that feels timeless. Yet beneath that sensory nostalgia lies an undeniable newness, sharper response, steadier tracking, quieter airflow. It's as if Harley learned to speak a new dialect of performance while keeping its accent intact. For riders crossing mountain passes or cruising coastal highways, this combination is transformative. There's a sense that the machine anticipates your intentions, translating them into smooth, confident motion. That intuitive connection defines great motorcycles, regardless of origin. In the case of the 2024 CVO Road Glide, it defines renewal. It reaffirms that American engineering, when focused and fearless, can rival any standard of excellence. Looking forward, the CVO Road Glide may influence how Harley designs its entire touring lineup. Expect lighter materials, smarter electronics, and expanded customization, hallmarks of this model's philosophy. Riders' expectations have shifted permanently. They now know that Harley-Davidson can deliver world-class sophistication without losing its soul. The next decade will likely build on this foundation, merging advanced technology with the timeless joy of the open road. The brand's future may hold electric performance or hybrid touring platforms, but the spirit born here will remain. The 2024 CVO Road Glide is the proof of concept that evolution can honor emotion. It answers the question Harley fans have been asking for years: can the brand still lead? The answer, echoing through the rumble of that Milwaukee 8 VVT 121, is a confident yes. The story of the 2024 CVO Road Glide is not just about one motorcycle, it is about a cultural recalibration. It shows that legacy does not mean limitation. It shows that performance can coexist with personality. And most importantly, it shows that reinvention, when done with respect, can be the most authentic act of all. In this machine, Harley-Davidson found not only its modern identity but its renewed purpose. The final thoughts of this story will bring everything full circle, examining what this evolution means for the future of riding and the enduring relationship between machine and freedom. The 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide closes its story where it began, with the promise of freedom, now refined by precision. At first glance, it may seem like another update in a long lineage, but the truth runs deeper. This model represents a redefinition of what it means to build an American touring motorcycle in a world that values both emotion and engineering. The lessons drawn from this machine extend beyond horsepower or handling. They speak to identity and endurance. The CVO Road Glide reminds us that legacy is not a weight to carry, but a foundation to build upon. Over the course of this journey, we have explored how Harley-Davidson transformed the familiar silhouette of the Road Glide into a modern performance statement. From its Milwaukee 8 VVT 121 engine to its aerodynamic fairing, from its advanced digital cockpit to its reimagined ergonomics, every detail tells the same story: evolution achieved through respect for heritage. This motorcycle was not built to chase trends, it was built to set a new standard for what the American long-distance experience can be. Riders who climb aboard the 2024 CVO Road Glide discover more than comfort and speed, they find confidence. It is the kind of confidence that comes from engineering that anticipates your movements, design that prioritizes your endurance, and craftsmanship that earns your trust. In motion, the machine feels both familiar and futuristic, grounded in history but propelled by ambition. That duality defines its success. The broader impact of the CVO Road Glide will be measured in years, perhaps decades. It signals to the entire industry that Harley-Davidson has no intention of living in the past. Instead, it is rewriting the rules of modern touring with tools sharpened by experience. This balance of strength and sophistication will influence not just future models but future riders. It will inspire those who once viewed American motorcycles as heavy or dated to look again and see precision where there was once only nostalgia. For longtime Harley loyalists, it offers reassurance that the values of freedom, craftsmanship, and pride are alive and well, only now, they ride on a faster, more agile frame. When you look at the 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide, you are looking at the bridge between eras. It carries the sound of tradition and the pulse of innovation in the same rhythm. Its mission is not only to conquer highways but to remind us that progress and passion can travel side by side. The open road remains the ultimate test, and this machine passes it with poise. The CVO Road Glide is not just a motorcycle, it is a statement of intent from Harley-Davidson, declaring that evolution does not mean erasing your roots. It means proving that legacy can still lead the way. Whether you measure success by performance, comfort, or emotional connection, this model delivers in every category. It captures the best of what the brand has always been and projects it confidently into what it can become. And that is what makes it more than a luxury bagger, it makes it a symbol of rebirth. In the end, this story is about momentum. About a company that looked backward only to move forward. About a machine that honors its ancestors while daring to outrun them. The 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide is more than the sum of its parts, it is the new language of American touring. Precision now speaks with a Milwaukee accent, and every mile ahead feels like an invitation to keep writing the next chapter. For riders, the message is clear, the future of the open road is already here, and it still sounds unmistakably like freedom.